Hello and welcome to the new lecture from the chapter Minerals and Energy Resources, your geography part. The introductory part I have already given you in my previous lecture, and today we are taking it forward, and in the board examination you are going to have questions based on map. So now we will focus on the map portion, on the states, on the regions of the different types of minerals and energy resources in India. So we start with the metallic, and that is the ferrous metals or the minerals, and in your syllabus we have iron and manganese, and we will totally stress on the map work now because in the board examination you are going to have map on it. So first of all, iron, which is a very important mineral as far as steel making is concerned and other products that are produced from iron, and India is very fortunate to have very large reserves of iron, and we divide it into certain parts. For example, start with the map, Odisha Jharkhand belt. Keep the map of India with you, and with my lecture along it, just mark all these states. Odisha Jharkhand belt. I told you that India has large reserves of iron. India is very fortunate to have ferrous minerals, and in this you get the map work on the mines that are in Odisha, that is the Badamfar mines found in the Mayurbhanj and Kendujhar district. Then in Jharkhand, the Singhbhum district is very rich in almost all types of minerals, and the name of the mines is Goa and Modi. Understand? Then we come to the second belt of iron, Durg, Bastar, Chandrapur belt. This belt lies between Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra. Chhattisgarh, again a very rich mineral based state, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand simultaneously. I told you when I gave you the introduction of the chapter that the plateau region, they consist of rocks, and rocks have minerals. So in Chhattisgarh we have the district Bastar, district Bailadila ranges. There are 14 deposits of very good quality of hematite, because all the 4 varieties of iron ore are found in India. So very large scale hematite have 14 deposits over here, and this belt consists of Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra belt, and very efficiently the iron ore is extracted and it is sent to Japan and South Korea through the Visakhapatnam port. Correct? So this was the second belt. The third belt consists of Billeri, Chitradurg, Chikmagalur, Tumkur, and the whole thing is in Karnataka. Billeri, Chitradurg, Chikmagalur, Tumkur belt. It lies in Karnataka, and the mine here are Kudrmukh mines. Like in the Bailadila ranges, they are in the shape of the hump of a bull. Bailadila ranges. Similarly, in Karnataka, it is Kudrmukh mine. It is very proud for India that it is world's largest, and the 100% export unit, world's largest iron ore mine, Kudrmukh. And Kudr in Kannada is called the face of a horse. So it is in the shape of the face of a horse, rightly called the Kudrmukh mines. And all the iron ore is sent through pipeline through the port that is known as New Mangalore. From the Mangalore port, the whole iron ore is sent to the other countries through pipeline. So this was the third one, the third pipeline, and the fourth one is Maharashtra Goa belt, the smallest Maharashtra Goa belt. Although this belt is not so important as far as the quality of iron ore is concerned, but even then iron ore is very efficiently extracted from the Maharashtra Goa belt, and from the Marmagaon port this is exported to the other areas. So this was regarding the iron belts of India, the 4 iron belts: Odisha Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Maharashtra Goa. So all these four belts you have to locate in the map. So these were our, this was one of the ferrous mineral found in India, very rich as far as iron is concerned. The second ferrous mineral is manganese. And you know, India has fairly large reserves of manganese. And about manganese, Odisha is the largest producer of manganese, where manganese is found, followed by Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh. Manganese is used for different products, particularly to harden the steel, because steel making is a very important occupation, a very important production work in India. Then we come to non-ferrous minerals. They have metal other than iron. So in this you have two in your syllabus, copper and bauxite. See the pages in NCERT, page number 54, 59, 61, in your NCERT 54, 59, 61 pages. The whole map work which I am telling you is very clearly given. Now we come to copper. India is deficient in copper. Actually, India is unfortunate to have very less reserves of non-ferrous minerals. Correct? So, most of the part of it we have to import. So, as far as copper is concerned, which is a very important raw material in a number of industries, there are only 3 mines of copper as far as India is concerned. Among these 3 mines, there is Balaghat mines in Madhya Pradesh, very commonly asked in board examination. Balaghat mines, Madhya Pradesh. Again, Madhya Pradesh very rich in minerals as well as very good agricultural area. Then Rajasthan, Khetri mines. More than 52% of the copper is found over here. Khetri mines of Rajasthan. And how can we forget Jharkhand? Because I told you most of the minerals are found in Jharkhand, and particularly the Singhbhum district of Jharkhand. So only 3 copper mines are there in India. First of all, I told you Balaghat mines of Madhya Pradesh. Second, I told you Khetri mines of Rajasthan. And third, I told you Singhbhum district of Jharkhand. So this is fairly asked in identification or in the location. 2 types of questions are asked in map, either location or identification. Location, you know, you have to locate an important mine in Rajasthan, the copper mine, or an important belt of iron in a particular state, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. But in identification, you have been given the answer in the map, you have to only identify. For example, suppose Odisha Jharkhand belt is given, mark is given, the particular A mark, and that you have to name that it is an iron belt. Correct? So location and identification do in both the types. So copper have 3 mines. Then we come to bauxite. Bauxite is a mineral. It is a rock mineral from where aluminum is derived. Aluminium is obtained. First of all, alumina, which is used in cement industries, and then finally aluminium, which is a widely used metal in India, and aluminium is a very good substitute of steel. So as far as bauxite is concerned, Odisha is the largest producer of bauxite in India, followed by other like Madhya Pradesh, etc. Odisha is the largest producer of bauxite. Correct? Bauxite, when we look at it, it looks like a residual mass, but when with electricity it is smelted, then it gives us alumina and finally aluminium. So these were our non-ferrous minerals. Now we come to the non-metallic minerals, the minerals which have no content of metal, neither iron nor any other. So in this respect, in this regard, we have 2 minerals in our syllabus, that is mica and limestone. Correct? So first of all, we will do about mica. Mica is a raw material, is a mineral which is required in a number of electric and electronic industries in India, because it is resistance to voltage, it can withstand high voltage, and mica is very important in most of the electric and electronic goods produced in India. As far as mica, we are talking about Chota Nagpur Plateau region, Maharashtra, is the largest producer of mica, followed by Rajasthan, Ajmer. Ajmer, good deposits of mica are found. And then in your board examination, you are asked about the Nellore mica belt. Nellore mica belt, Andhra Pradesh. Correct? And there is one more belt, that is Kodarma, Gaya, Hazaribagh belt of Jharkhand. So these are certain belts. Mica is found in abundance in our country. So these are the regions, these are the states and regions where mica is found, widely used in different types of industries. And then among the non-metallic minerals, we have finally limestone. Limestone is also known as rock mineral, and almost everywhere in India except the region called Gondwana, everywhere limestone is found, and this is a mineral which is used in many of the industries, particularly in the key industries, in the blast furnaces. Everywhere, most of the parts of India it is found, but everywhere its mining is not done because it is known as the killer industry, correct? And because if limestone is to be extracted, stricter safety rules have to be followed because it is under licensing. So except the Gondwana region, everywhere in India, limestone is found in abundance, correct? So this is also another important mineral. We have done ferrous minerals first of all, containing iron and manganese in your syllabus. Then we have done non-ferrous minerals. They have metal other than iron. We did two, copper and bauxite. Bauxite, that is aluminium. Then we did the minerals which are non-metallic. They do not have any content of metal, either iron or any other. We have done mica and limestone. We will go further to discuss about the energy resources in India, and for the energy resources also you have certain map work. Energy resources, both type of resources are found in India, that is conventional and non-conventional sources of energy. Among the conventional source of energy, first of all we have coal. We will discuss about coal. We will discuss about the other energy resources like petroleum in our next lecture. Till then, you locate all these in your map, in the map of India. Do it in both the maps, physical map as well as in the political map. And tomorrow we will proceed it further when we will do the different energy resources, the different power plants, the different conventional and non-conventional sources which are found in different parts of India. We will proceed it further. Till then, goodbye and complete your map work. Thank you.